stream on episode 461 of the VIG Lounge as the Pittsburgh Penguins welcome the Edmonton Oilers to PPG Paints Arena. Will the Penguins be able to score at will on their former goalie, as Tristan Jarry most likely will get the start? Or will the Oilers, McDavid and Draisaitl, bleed the Penguins' offense dry here on home ice? There's only one way to find out. Before we do that, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. With housekeeping out of the way, let's get right into the Penguins and Oilers here on the VIG Lounge. Two generational talents meeting at center. Crosby and McDavid. And McDavid wins the opening draw. Back now. Picked off by Raquel. Carried into the Oilers zone. Trying to get a shot away. Couldn't do it. Long drive. And it's actually Calvin Pickard in net, which is surprising to me. And Leon Draisaitl knocks down Raquel and is getting 2 minutes or less for that infraction. And of course, there goes my camera yet again. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm fed up. Absolutely fed up. I'm not going to redo the stream though because I've got a power play and I want to try to fix this. So let's do it a third time and see if it'll work and then get right back to action. There we go. Okay, let's try that, see how long it'll last. My bet's going to be 10 seconds. Sorry about the camera trouble, folks. Penguins with a chance to go up one early. As Raquel draws a penalty. Connor Clifton is in for the Oilers on the defensive side of things. As the Penguins to clear it out. Get it back into the zone, and they will in the form of Anthony Mantha. Mantha walks to the net, denied. Off the pad of Pickard. Now Rust. Back to the blue line for Carlson. That shot deflects wide. Behind the net goes Mantha. Mantha pops out in front, off the crossbar. Now Carlson with a chance. Off the bar on the other side. Oh my goodness. Puck luck is certainly not on the Penguins side. And Devin Muse is not amused about that. And another draw won by the Oilers. Looks to clear it, gets it to Shea. That puck sent all the way down. Regathered by the Penguins. Got it to Shea. Now up to Justin Brazeau. Brazeau with a chance, denied to the corner by Pickard. And another Let's Go Pens chance shot by Letang, denied. Pass across. And up now to Brazeau. Off the pass from Novak. Brazeau with a chance and another save by Pickard. As the power play is now down to 4 seconds. Pittsburgh's had 5 shots on it. As we highlight Sidney Crosby. And the Oilers win that draw as well. Back to Darnell Nurse. Puck sent down. Collected by Ryan Shea. Shea trying to get it up the left side. Couldn't do it. Beautiful pass across to bring it into the zone for Crosby. And he's knocked down. Back to the blue line now for Letang. Pad save by Pickard. First Letang had a huge goal on Sunday against Utah to break the deadlock, which I wish is what happened in real life, but the less I say about that again, the better. The natural enemy of the Pittsburgh Penguins IRL is the third period, and I'm going to try my best not to let that happen on this one, especially with the firepower that the Oilers have. And the Penguins look to get it out again. And they will, getting it to Crosby. Crosby trying to get around Stetcher. Unable to do so. Forstetcher is a Leaf now, IR. Save made by Skinner. Skinner's got that one as well. Passes off. Up the right side to Kevin Hayes. And Hayes will dump it in. Collected by Dewar. Pass in front. Denied! Pickard with an excellent save. On the point-blank chance. As we highlight some saves from Stuart Skinner. Nugent Hopkins. Nice passing play. As Zach Hyman was lurking in front. Fourth line out there now for Pittsburgh, Blake Lizotte. And Penguins have still not won a draw. Back to Bouchard. Nice hit. And the Penguins will dump it right back in. Collected along the wall by Lizotte. Lizotte cuts to the front of the net, and he can't get a shot away as Pickard hook checks and will hang on. And as we say hello to Brett Kulak in his first game post in Oiler against his former team. Maybe he can help Penguins secure leads in the third IRL, and there's a goal for Matthias Janmark. Not who you would think would find the back of the net for the Oilers, but be that as it may, Edmonton leads 1-0 on Janmark's 6th of the year past his former teammate Stuart Skinner. Third line out there now for Pittsburgh. Novak wins a draw. Penguins finally get off the schneid. At least for that. Kindle with a chance. And Pickard handles that one quite easily. Puck sent back in. Collected by Novak once again. Up the left side to Kindle. Who's had a couple of chances already. And he's got a third now at least. Off the stick of number 81, I believe. 2 for sure, but I believe he has had 3 shots thus far. And dumped back in. Collected along the wall by Kindle. Oh, what a save off the stick of Calvin Pickard. I thought that was a sure goal for Penn Kindle. That looked like a glorious opportunity, but the Oilers netminder came up big. Here comes Malkin. Malkin drifting, trying to get a shot away, and he couldn't. Left him behind the net. Malkin pops out in front, gets the shot off that time. Maybe not the one he wanted, but it was a big hit by Brett Kulak. Kulak will carry in for the Penguins. Kulak for the right wing circle. Flings it! Denied! As it got off a body. Or went off a body. Mantha. Trying to knock down Bouchard. Bouchard with a bomb. I'm not going to say what they call it all the time for Oilers or CBC broadcasts, excuse me. 4:04 to go in the opening frame. Pittsburgh still looking for their first goal. Draw one by the Oilers in the offensive zone. Long drive handled by Skinner. Rebound handled by Skinner again. This time he's able to pass it off. And Crosby to dump it in. Collected along the wall by Rust. Rust knocked off the puck. Regathers. Shoots. Blocked. And now Letang with a chance. And he couldn't get the shot away. Blocked off by Wallman. Rust with a bump. And collected in the corner. Letang with a point-blank chance, denied by Calvin Pickard. Nugent Hopkins takes a hit. Long drive, deflects off the pad. Or knocked away by the stick, actually, of Stuart Skinner, my mistake. Here's Ryan Shea in the final minute. The ship rebound! Blake Lizotte couldn't get it to go. Connor Dewar. Pass save again by Pickard. 1-0 Edmonton after one. And let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Penguins with 14 shots on goal, Edmonton with 9. Pretty close passing percentage, Edmonton with a slight edge. Huge edge for Edmonton in the face-off dot, but the less we talk about that, the better. And no penalties to speak of for Pittsburgh, but they did get a power play. They were not successful on it. It was early in the game. Can the Penguins come back being down by 1? Let's find out. 40 minutes to go, 20 minutes down, second period action next. And of course, I got to do this again, don't I? Oh my God. Sorry, I don't mean to complain, but this gets really annoying really fast. All right, let's try this for the third time now. How long was it into that period before I realized that we lost the camera? It was just now. So let's see. There we go. We'll try again. Second period underway from PPG Paints Arena. Long drive handled by Skinner, and he'll hang on. Yes, he's given up the one goal to Matthias Janmark, but has made some great saves when called upon. Rust will gain the red line and send it in. All the way around, collected on the wall by Raquel. He couldn't get a shot away. Draisaitl. Got it to McDavid. And a save, Skinner. Beautiful pass now to Raquel. Shooting! Oh, the rebound went wide, and the Penguins couldn't capitalize. Draisaitl. Gets it to Bouchard. Now up to McDavid. McDavid knocked off the puck. And the Penguins will go the other way. Anthony Mantha carries in. Rumbles into the zone. Shoots! Scores! Oh, Anthony Mantha! Oh, Anthony Mantha! And the Penguins have tied it at 1. An assist from Letang as he keeps piling up the helpers. Now Nugent Hopkins with a chance. Gets it back to the blue line. Blocked off the stick of Kindle. Finds it back to Letang. And now it'll be dumped in. And collected along the wall by McGroarty. McGroarty pops out in front. Denied by Pickard. Was really hoping the Penguins could have got 2 quick ones there, but it's not to be. Picked off and passed back to Letang. Now across and got a pass up the middle. And now Novak creating some space for himself. Gets around his former teammate, shoots, and Pickard will hold on. I had to trade a couple other players in order to make the Kulak-Skinner trade work. So I know Calvin Pickard is not, or excuse me, Connor Clifton is not an Oiler IRL, but he has to be in order to make the money work in this transaction, because I tried the real trade, but the Oilers wouldn't go for it in the playthrough, so I got rid of some defensemen that I'm not really going to use, so be that as it may, we have some injuries. I've got other defensemen I can call up, namely Harrison Brunick and Matt Dumba, who I believe is in the lineup actually for Pittsburgh right now. In this game at least. On the new look third pairing with Ryan Shea. Malkin. Drifting. Shooting. Scoring! Gino! Machino! Cashes in at the casino! And the Penguins lead it 2-1. Had to let a cat out. Blackjack. Bombay Spur buddy. In case anyone was wondering why I got up. And the second line has sprung to life for Pittsburgh in the second period with goals from Mantha and Malcolm. And now Connor Dewar with a chance denied as it gets blocked off a teammate as Lizotte is in front. Lizotte trying to get a shot away, and it goes to Dewar and is now held by Calvin Pickard. Really thought we were going to see Jari for this one, but it was not to be. And yeah, there is Matt Dumba. Had the puck and then lost it. Regathered by Shea. Pass up the middle. Carried in now by Raquel. And it gets chipped to the corner. There's McDavid. Penguins say, And Ryan Shea gets it up the right wing side to Raquel. Raquel with a shot, and Pickard smothers that one, and he will hang on. Ryan Rust tried to get it through the middle, and it got picked off, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty. Tripping call on Erik Karlsson. I mean, yeah, he did get his stick underneath, but it looked like he was already falling from the hit. But be that as it may, Edmonton Oilers now with a power play opportunity. See if the Penguins can kill this one off. It's hard to say because the Oilers definitely have a lot of offensive firepower for a man advantage. Lizotte wins a draw. That'll help. And Shea will get a clear. Speaking of clears, Lizotte is in the clear and he couldn't get a shot away. Pass across denied by Skinner. Lizotte's trying to clear it. He gets knocked off the puck. Long drive handle. And Shea will get it off the boards and out. Bouchard. Cross to Wallman. Save made by Skinner. And Brett Kulak will clear it. Former Oiler going to work on the penalty kill. Picked off in the neutral zone and then knocked off the puck. Rust will send it down into his own zone to hopefully be gathered by a Penguin. And it is indeed so, and sent all the way back down. Kulak trying to stay with him. And there's a pass in front, and Andrew Mangiapane ties it up on an ill-gotten power play. And this game is all squared at 2. I'll give him a nice passing play, but that penalty leaves a lot to be desired. And Russ tried to get a stick in there, but it wasn't enough. And the second line looks to go to work again. Maybe Brazeau will score a goal. Ryan Shea. And Dumba will send it in. Ducked it along the wall by Mantha. Pops out in front. What a save by Pickard. Absolutely robbed Anthony Mantha, who's looking for his second of the game. And a nice save by Skinner. As Mantha looks to skate it in. Jostled a bit by Clifton. Shot and a save made by Pickard. He will hang on with 39.9 remaining in the second period as this game is tied at 2. Looking at the chance, point blank from Mantha. Crosby line out here to lose a draw. And the puck is back to Jake Wallman. Hyman knocked off the puck. Pass up the right side, sent in. Collected along the wall by Raquel, and he couldn't get a shot away before time expired. Time, 2-2 after 2. Who's going to break things open in the third? Let's find out momentarily. Before that, we'll take a look at the stats. Shots on goal, 23-16, favoring the Penguins. Hits, 26-15 in favor of Pittsburgh as well. Passing percentage got a lot better for Pittsburgh in that period. And the face-offs, well, they're still abysmal, but slightly better for Pittsburgh. And the Oilers 1-for-1 on the man advantage. Pittsburgh 0-for-1. But let's see if either team can break things open here in the third. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes up. Let's see what this third period has in store, shall we? Crosby was the opening draw of the third, and Rust will get it in. Long drive handled by Pickard. Hyman. Got it across. And that shot deflects wide as a defenseman got a stick in the way. Collected by Ekholm. Now to Draisaitl. Bit of a bump. And carried in by Parker Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon, a long drive handled by Kelvin Pickard. Draisaitl tied the team one up and got poke check from behind. Wotherspoon will gain the red line and send it in. Collected along the wall by Brazeau. Oh, what a chance in front. Collected by Letang. He lets one go from a sharp angle. The rebound's there. They're battling away for it, and Pickard finally stops play as he gets a hold of the puck. Taking a look at Anthony Mantha, he certainly had his chances. He got one of them to go into the net, of course. As we see a nice chance in tight. And then, of course, we've seen the goal, which was the goal that had tied the game to make it 1-1. And then Malkin scored to give the Penguins the lead. And now the Oilers have tied it, courtesy of Andrew Mangiapane. Definitely not the goal scorers you'd expect for the Oilers. But in a way, that's a good thing for Pittsburgh. Should keep them quiet. And here's Malkin. Flings one. Oh, my goodness, you heard the sound of that. It went off with a blocker. And that was a hard shot by Gino. Blockered away by Pickard. Nugent Hopkins with a chance. The forgotten Oilers first rounder. After the McDavid hype. Or I should say, forgotten first overall. And Rutger McGroarty stops up. He'll shoot. That's blocked. And Trent Frederick will send it in. Collected behind the Penguins net. And up the left wing side to McGroarty. McGroarty breaks in. Denied by Pickard. The kid line nearly cashed in. And the Penguins are trying to get it out. And they will do just that. Sent all the way around. Collected by Tommy Novak. Out in front. Denied. And it looks like the Penguins will get a man advantage here. Maybe they'll be successful on power play number 2. It's Darnell Nurse who is the guilty party. And let's see what they call there. Interference. You could have called it holding as well, but be that as it may, Pittsburgh with a chance to get the go-ahead goal here with the extra man. Weren't able to on their first attempt, but that was early on in the first. Doesn't help that they didn't win the draw, but Kapanen, the former Penguin, clear it, and now it's carried in by Sidney Crosby. Back to Rust. Rust looking for some space with a tip in front for Mantha, and they couldn't go. There's the Penguins' upcoming schedule. Going to a Canadian road trip. Ottawa, then 2 stops in Montreal. I will, of course, have both those games for you. Don't really do much with it. And that shot deflects wide. I don't know how nobody from the Penguins can touch the puck. Finally, Erik Karlsson will do just that. Puck's dumped in. Not the ideal man advantage for the Penguins at this juncture. But Malkin's got it. And he had a lane. Finally got a good shot away. Now Karlsson's going to let it go. And it's deflected off a stick. They tried to keep it in, but that's offside as they couldn't keep the blue line with 29 seconds on the man advantage. 7:28 to go here in the third. Fast-moving third period. And we'll have a draw at center as the Penguins are running out of time on this man advantage. Kapanen dumps it in for Edmonton. Beautiful pass up to Crosby, and the dying seconds of the man advantage is probably going to run out of time. There's a shot and a save for Pickard. Passes it off. Puck knocked away. Now up the right side from Rust to Mantha. And Mantha tried to dump it in, but he was not able to do so. Nugent Hopkins. Cut it across. And Mantha will dump it in. Collected along the wall by Crosby. Oh, is he ever unstoppable? The Wizard of Crows goes around the world and puts the Penguins up 3-2. 30 goals on the year. Oh, aging like a fine wine, Sir Sidney. What a beauty. Circles the net, stops in front, and puts it past Kelvin Pickard to give the Penguins their second lead of the night. Pass back to Bouchard. Nice layout for the block. And Letang will dump it in. Anthony Mantha trying to circle his way to the net. Hassled just enough. Puck goes to the corner. And Malkin will dump it in. And Oiler gets there first. Cross for the hit for Wotherspoon, and Rust will clear it past the red line and in. Collected by Crosby, out in front to Rust, and they couldn't get it to go. It hit iron and bounced out. And Crosby couldn't capitalize on the rebound as we highlight Stuart Skinner making some great saves in tight. Final minute of play. Penguins with an offensive zone draw. And Crosby will win it. Back to Carlson. That shot goes into some skates. Wotherspoon with a hit. And Raquel with a hit. Pittsburgh recollects. Rust tries to skate it in. Couldn't do it. Wotherspoon does. He gets had for a little bit. And hits the empty net. Legally able to score. Parker Wotherspoon with the empty netter. And the Penguins lead it 4-2. Maybe I should say legally scores, because I'm making fun of Legally Blonde, obviously. Witherspoon. 31.2 to go, and Pittsburgh has the first 2-goal lead of the night for either team. And Podkolzin. Oh, went in, and Janmark got another one. He knocked away the pass and put it past Stuart Skinner. Wondering if maybe he should have held on to that one, but thank goodness there's an empty net goal. As a wee bit of insurance, because it was needed. And the Oilers will clog up the neutral zone. Try a late second goal, and it will not happen this time. Stuart Skinner hangs on, and the Penguins win it 4-3 as the game-winning goal is the empty netter from Parker Wotherspoon. Close all the way to the end, but the Penguins hang on and defeat what should be a Western Conference powerhouse in the Edmonton Oilers. How you doing, Iceberg? That was a rough one. There's a hit on Nugent Hopkins. And let's take a look at the rest of the stats before we wrap things up. Penguins outshoot the Oilers 34-23. Big hit disparity, 45-29, favoring the Penguins. And passing percentage, slight edge to the Oilers in the end. And Pittsburgh was 0 for 2 for the man advantage. Oilers 1 for 1. Face-offs, not even close. Oilers absolutely won that one. But what matters most is the Penguins did get 4 goals at even strength if you count that empty netter. And count it we will, because it is the GWG, courtesy of number 28 in black. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the VIG Lounge. I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987. Until next time, I bid you adieu. Have yourselves a terrific Tuesday, everybody.